Hi, I hope you're ready for today's interview. In today's interview, we'll consider topics related to Angular routing. Okay, so I hope you're ready with that. Yeah, sure. So, can you please let me know what is Angular routing? What is the concept behind this routing, or how can you define routing in Angular? Okay, so routing allows you to move from one part of the application to another part, or from one view to another view. Okay, yeah, so it is a separate module in Angular. We have an Angular slash router, so that is a library package that is available in Angular. So we have that particular Angular, and we will take that router outlet. There will be a router outlet directive. So in that router outlet directive, we will be providing those details. Yeah. Okay, got it. So can you please, so in this, but you have your code open. In this particular component, you have a parent component. So can you implement a routing in this particular, so the parent, when the user hits this particular parent, so the parent component has to be loaded. Currently it is not getting loaded, right? So we, that is the requirement. You have to implement routing in this particular project. Okay. Yeah, sure. Yeah, so I have my parent component. So I have already added that into the app module. So parent component loading should work. So for implementing loading, I will be adding an app hyphen. I will be adding a routing module. First, I will be adding a routing module .ts. So in this, so I'll be creating a class of app routing module, and this class I will be decorating with ng module attribute, and in this I need to implement the routing module. I need to import and export the routing module. So I need to define the path. So for that, actually I will be using a routes array. So in Angular, router provides a routes array. In this, actually I will be providing so the routes has been imported from Angular router. So this is an array, and in that actually there will be a JSON object where we need to define the path. So if the user enters the parent route in the URL, then I need to define that the parent component needs to be loaded. So okay, so I have defined the routes now. Once the routes has been defined, so I need to import that particular routes in the router module. So there is an, in the ng module, it provides an imports feature. So in the imports feature, what are the modules and other components that needs to be imported, so that needs to be mentioned. So Angular router provides a router module. In that router module, there is a for root method. So it would be available throughout the root of the application, from the root of the application. In this, I will be providing the routes array that we created. And also we need to export this router module so that it is available throughout the application. So throughout the application, so I defined the routing module. Okay, so some error is there. Export. Okay, so the class has not been declared. So I have created this app routing module. Now what I need to do is in the app module, I need to import this app routing module. Otherwise, it will not work. Okay, so I defined. Now what we need to do is in the app.component.html, so I need to define the router, which I mentioned earlier, router outlet directive I need to mention. So now you can see, right? So also, as soon as I mentioned router outlet, parent works. So if I didn't provide parent, so then it will go into the home page. And if I provide parent, then it will go into the parent root. Sorry for that. So like this I will be implementing the router. So it's loading. Yeah, so you can see this parent works is available in the parent component.html. So whatever I provide over here, so that will be reflecting in the so test parent. Yeah, So test parent is reflecting more. So this is the way I'll be implementing. Okay, that's great. So now you have your parent component. Okay, so now if you hit parent URL, yeah, so now if you hit the parent URL, so you will be getting the parent. Okay, that is working well and good. Now what happens if you provide instead of the parent root, if you provide any other root, like say for example child, what will happen? Yeah, so if I hit child over here, so it will throw an error because child root is not configured. So we need to configure that child root, and if I hit that child URL, you can see here it cannot match any roots. So it will be giving this particular error. So either we need to redirect to parent or home page as and when required. Okay, but that is working in case of child. If you configure it for child, it will work. But for any other roots apart from parent, you are giving some XYZ or test URL. So how that will behave? How you will be handling those scenarios in your application? Okay, yeah, got it. So you are asking like if I provide similar to this roots parent array, I need to provide if the user is providing child, then what I will do is I will be redirecting that to home page, that is app component. Okay, okay, app component is redirect to parent. Okay, so in right now I have configured it for a child. So when I hit the URL for child, it will be redirecting that to parent. So this is one way we can do, but if there are many other routes apart from child, there are many other routes. So in that case, actually we need to implement the wildcard route. So in the path we will be mentioning, so this is the way we will be implementing wildcard route. So in this redirect to this way we will be providing. So if I am providing like any test URL, it will be redirecting to the home page. Yeah, so this is the way I will be implementing. So for wildcard route, this is called wildcard route. So for any other routes apart from parent and child, I will be redirecting to the home page, saying that so this star denotes for the wildcard route. Any route that correspond, any other route you can provide here, so that will be redirected to the home page. Okay, got it. Okay, got it. Yeah. So now what you need to do is, okay, so can you paste this via wildcard? Does that order matter over here in the routing? So you have given parent, child, and this wildcard. Can you give this wildcard to the parent so it will work the same way? No. So if I provide, so this order is very important. So I forgot to mention that. So this order is very important. So once I provide this wildcard over here, right? So all the routes it will be considering it as wildcard. So the parent, it will not consider it as parent. So parent also will be considered as a wildcard. So now the parent route will not work. So wildcard will take the precedence over parent. So if I provide parent now, so then it will actually redirect to the home page only. It will not redirect to the parent. So right now I am hitting the parent, so it will not get loaded. Yeah, you can see here it has been redirected to the home page. Okay, good, that's great. Okay, so right now you have two components, parent and child. Okay, now as per the current implementation, the user needs to hit this particular URL like parent, and the user needs to hit the child. How can from parent, how can you redirect the user to the child? How can you implement that? Similar way, how can you redirect the user from the child to the parent? Once the user reaches to the child, the user needs to be redirected back to the parent. How can you achieve that? Okay, yeah, okay. So right now I am in parent. Okay, right now I am in parent. and you want me to redirect to the child, right? Okay, so router module actually provides an router link attribute. Okay, so you can say router link directive. So here we have a router link. So in that actually we need to provide that particular route. So currently in this particular scenario I need to redirect the user back to child. So I have provided the child route, and in the button I will be providing redirect to child, and I will be closing this particular button. Okay, so I created a button over here. So similar to this, I will be creating a button. So if I click on this redirect to child, so okay, now it is in the child. So in the child also I will create a button. Okay, so in the child also I will create a button. So here I will be saying that it is a parent, and so redirect to parent. So I created that. So you can see here redirect to parent. So as soon as I click that, based on this router link attribute, so it is like it will go to the parent route. So if I click on this redirect to parent, so you can see here the route is also getting updated, so I can go back and forth over here. So this is the way within the page, if the user wants to move from one route to another route, so this is the way I will be creating the routes. So redirect to parent and redirect to child. So this we can achieve through the router link directive. Okay, so with this we will be wrapping up the current interview session for this router. So there are many advanced concepts that needs to be discussed, so that we will be doing in the upcoming session. So it was a great time talking to you. Thank you. All the best for your future. Thanks a lot.